If you don't have the athletic skills of the allied shinobi forces, you will hurt yourself on this bed. These corners are so sharp. This is my bed frame. So when I got this bed, it was out of necessity. I had to move on a whim. I didn't feel safe, so I left where I was and I moved to where I'm at now. I needed a bed frame. The old one I had, I didn't like. It was all metal. So the upgrade was wood. I got on Instagram, looked on Google, and Instagram showed me this bed here. Floyd. A minimal modular bed. You can take it apart, you can put it together. It's not very heavy, 3 planks, a couple or a few brackets, and some ratchets, and you're good to go. The assembly's not that hard. So they say. As long as you have a partner. And that was where I ran into my first con. I didn't have anybody to build this bed with. So I had to figure out how to put it together by myself. And it is a pain. This wood is heavy. So doing this bed by yourself, putting it together, I don't recommend. Another thing, a con about this bed, I'll get up and show you. Let me move this out of the way. This bed, it shifts so easily. It moves so easily. It's steady. I get some good sleep on it. But sometimes, if you jump around, it'll lose alignment. Another con that I've realized is if you don't have the athletic skills of the allied shinobi forces, you will hurt yourself on this bed. These corners are so sharp. They are very sharp. To me, they're nice enough to make you ashy, and if you move quick enough, you'll get an abrasion. Now, I did find a solution to this corner thing on this bed. However, the solution was on Amazon and it's cheap. I wish Floyd mattress would come out with corner bumpers that were efficient enough to stick on this bed. Because, let me show you. These are the corner bumpers. Okay, here it is. But because I opted for the, I guess, painted version instead of the natural wood, Police called me. And they solved the problem, but not all the way, because the paint chipping that happens when they fall off, this is so unattractive. And yes, I could flip it to the other side or turn it around, but I've already got a damaged corner here too. This corner, this is what happens when you run into things on this bed. This dent down below isn't water damage. It's purely because I hit my foot on it. Like, I paid too much for this bed. I think it was like $800. I don't know. Anyway, and these little brackets, they originally came with some cushions on them. I don't have the cushions anymore because they all fell off. I was able to find some like felt bumpers or adhesives to replace those with, so that was okay. Another con is that there's no space for storage on this bed. This is my storage solution, and that's something I did not consider when moving into this apartment and purchasing this bed, because the storage space here isn't optimal. I don't own much, however, it's too much for this bed. Like the adjustments I have to make to get things to fit underneath this bed, because there's not enough space in my 2x4 apartment. I got a lot of stuff underneath here. It's just very limited. I kind of wish this bed was higher, or that I could raise it some, just so I could store more things in the space. Another con is that the bed slides. I could have opted for a headboard, however, I didn't want to pay $1,000 for a bed. I did buy it during the sale, I think it was a Black Friday sale. But yeah, if I had a headboard, my bed back there would probably stay in place a little bit more easily, but because I don't have a bed frame, it tends to slide so much, which can be irritating, and things can fall behind the bed. It's an easy fix. It's just a little annoying. So, the pros about this bed is that it's easy to put together, very easy. I imagine if I had some assistance putting this bed together, it would have been assembled in 10 minutes. However, because I was the only person assembling the bed, one side would drop and then the other would be an issue. It looks nice. I wanted a bed that looked nice, that wasn't bulky, that was easy to move around, and it fulfilled that need. This bed is easy to assemble, which means it's easy to take apart, which makes it easy for transport if I decide to move in the future. Another great thing about this bed is because it's low profile, it encourages me to use my body. As we get older, if we don't use our body on a regular basis, then we lose our function. So this bed makes me use my knees. I have to get up kind of off the ground in order to move. It's not directly on the ground, but it's close enough. I like wood bed frames. I like wooden floors. I like wooden dresser drawers. It's dope. I think it's a nice aesthetic. It's very natural. It's sustainable to a degree. Anything's sustainable as long as you keep it for a long time. And it can be recycled or repurposed. So, and because this bed is wood, it can be repurposed. Ooh, I also like the idea that if I were to get a new bed, let's say I had a child needs a twin size bed, I can drop a panel from this bed and just have a twin size frame. Or if I wanted to upgrade and get a larger bed, because I have like a full or queen size bed. If I wanted to upgrade and get a larger bed, all I have to do is buy an additional panel and an extra set of brackets. I can use this bed to its full function, or I can downsize. I can also do push-ups on this bed. I can do yoga. It's a cool platform to just chill on. I've got all this lint on me from my carpet.